Class 11th, this video is based on the structure of a single thylakoid. As you can see on the screen, why you have to understand this structure in detail, because now after studying the phenomena of light reaction, the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, you have to learn about the special phenomena which is taking place for the maintenance of hydrogen ion concentration inside the lumen of the thylakoid, right? Inside the hollow cavity which is filled with a liquid inside the thylakoid, and the concentration of hydrogen ion there is to be maintained. And during the same phenomena, the ATP synthesis also takes place. That's a part of phosphorylation, photophosphorylation. But at that time, while drawing the flow chart, we just write that okay, ATP is formed, but how it is formed, that you will learn here. I mean, there is a big lengthy process behind formation of ATP, right? Also understand that chemiosmosis takes place in two different organelles for ATP synthesis. One is mitochondria and second one is thylakoid. Second one is chloroplast, and specifically inside the chloroplast it is the thylakoid, right? As of now that you see on screen is a single thylakoid. If this is a chloroplast, you draw the thylakoids making stacks over one another, right? So single thylakoid you have to talk about, and surrounding the thylakoid will be stroma. So this is what I have drawn here, a single double membranous thylakoid. Single double membranous, outer and inner membrane is there. The role of outer and inner membrane is very much specific. That's why we always label them specially. A single thylakoid has an outer membrane and an inner membrane, right? Surrounding this shading is stroma, this stroma, and in the center of the thylakoid is lumen. That space is known as lumen. Now you have to, as of now, you have to understand the components of a single thylakoid, what makes it so special that a single thylakoid is capable of performing photosynthesis, the light reaction of photosynthesis. The electron transport system is there, and how the electron is carried from one side to the other. All the phenomena gets clear when you understand the structure, right? So if you see that this is PS2, recently you have studied about the photosystems, and in cyclic phosphorylation only one photosystem is involved, but as of now you can see I've drawn two photosystems here, PS2 that absorbs the maximum wavelength of 680 nm and PS1 that absorbs the maximum peak of 700 nm, right? So two photosystems are there. That means this is a non-cyclic phosphorylation. That means you are supposed to explain the Z scheme here, right? So between these two photosystems, this ETS, the electron transport system, is present, where it starts with plastoquinone. PQ is plastoquinone, then followed by the cytochrome complex, and then plastocyanin. PC is plastocyanin, right? This is the spelling: plastoquinone, plastocyanin, right? And in the center is cytochrome, right? Just allow me just clean up this. So again we are taking a recap. Two photosystems there expressing the non-cyclic photophosphorylation in the membrane of the thylakoid, and in the center is the electron transport system that contains PQ, cytochrome, and PC, right? Understand, children, that here PQ is the hydrogen acceptor, right? You also have to notice that I have drawn this small red dot just for differentiation. The color is changed. It's not that the primary acceptor is of red color. This is just for differentiation, that once the photosystem 2 gets excited, it will release an electron, and electron is taken by the primary acceptor. Right, children? So we know, you have recently learned this, that primary acceptor transfers the electron to electron transport system, and then electron transport system will be transferring it to PS2. So basically you just have to learn the component that primary acceptor is there towards the outer side of the thylakoid, right? Towards the outer side of the thylakoid. Though these systems, PS2, PS1 and ETS, electron transport system, they are merged, they are embedded in the double membranous thylakoid structure, right? Another special thing that is present here is this H2O splitting complex, which will be carrying out photolysis at the time of light reaction. One more structure at the right side here, again towards the outer side, outer membrane. This is NADP reductase, that's the enzyme which helps in reducing NADP to NADPH2, right? So this has a specific role. And last but not the least, in this thylakoid structure is this special enzyme ATP synthase. Children, here you have to recall something. When I taught you about the fluid mosaic model of a membrane, I told you that when you draw these kind of structures, a bilipid layer, then you draw the embedded proteins, you call them intrinsic protein. Some are peripheral protein and some are channel proteins. They have a channel in the center, they allow the facilitated diffusion very fast. You can see here that this whole complex of ATP synthase is actually made up of two types of proteins. Half of the portion is known as F0. This F0 is having a channel in the center. This, you can see this is the channel in the center, and that's why you can compare it to that channel protein which is embedded in the membrane, and followed by F1. The second component of this whole structure is F1. Right, this F1 is basically acting as the enzyme ATP synthase, being proteinaceous in nature, right? So you may understand that if something is ATP synthase, that means that particular structure is going to synthesize ATP from ADP, right? So now you understand. Again, take a recap. A single thylakoid is a double membranous structure. Surrounding is the stroma, in the center is lumen. Then on the membrane, embedded on the membrane, are photosystem 2 and photosystem 1, right? In the center is electron transport system having PQ, cytochrome and PC. I told you that PQ is basically the hydrogen acceptor, right? And then you have the primary acceptor towards the outer side of the thylakoid, and NADP reductase also towards the outer side of the thylakoid. So you have to realize this, that water splitting complexes towards the inner side, whereas primary acceptor and NADP reductase, they are towards the outer side. And ATP synthase is a double F0. It is a complex made by two different structures, F0 and F1. F0 contains that channel in the center so that things can pass through very quickly through facilitated diffusion. Right, children? This is all about the structure of this thylakoid. Now, based on this structure only, you have to explain that what happens during chemiosmosis, right? In my next video, I'll be explaining about chemiosmotic hypothesis.